Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to see the different types of immunity that are present in this immunological system. So let us understand the concept of immunity. So what is immunity? Because this topic is said to be a very basic topic. The topic will deal with concepts that are easy to understand in terms of immunology. So immunity can be defined as the way in which the body can protect itself from invasions by pathogenic microorganisms and provide a defense against their harmful effect. It means that whenever an antigen comes inside the body, whenever a foreign particle comes inside the body, how the body act on it and nullify the effect of that particular antigen is been dealt or is been called as immunity. The physiological function of the immune system is to confirm protection against infection of microbes and non-infectious macromolecules. So there are a number of microorganisms which are entering inside the human body. And what is the function of the immune system? The function of the immune system is to protect the human body from inside against these infectious microbes and certain materials which are harmful to the human body. What are the different types of immunity? There are basically two types of immunity. One is called as innate or non-specific or natural or native immunity. Bear in mind, there are number of slash or number of ors that are present. Innate or non-specific or a natural or native immunity. Correct. And second type is called as adaptive or acquired or specific immunity. This further can divided based on the cellular human responses. Both could be either natural or artificial. Okay, fine. See here, this diagram tells us very more effectively immunity. Two types, adaptive and innate. If adaptive is there, then it is natural or artificial. This natural has 2 points, passive immunity from maternal, active immunity from infections. Artificial comes in passive immunity when antibody transfer, and artificial it is active immunization. Correct. And innate immunity is something where we have naturally got that particular immunity from our childhood. Innate immunity. This is also known as non-specific or non-adaptive immunity. Innate immunity. So if you see this, innate immunity, here we are. Innate immunity is the first line of defense against infectious organisms and do not depend upon previous exposure. That is, the immunity existed before encountering the microbes. Means for the first time, whenever a microbe comes inside the body, the innate immunity stimulates itself, or the body stimulates the innate immunity, and irrespective of its previous exposure, the innate immunity has been generated against that counteracting microbe. Non-specific host response provide an effective barrier that prevents the microorganisms from penetrating, inhibiting, or destroying the invader if it gains access to the tissues and eliminate or neutralize any toxic substances elaborated by infectious agents. So this non-specific immunity is not at all specific. So it may be against anything, but it helps that human body to get protected from microorganisms and their effective infections. Several mechanisms are available in the immunocompetent host. These includes physical or mechanical barriers, biochemical factors, cellular mechanisms, role of natural flora, and inflammatory reactions. So these are all things that comes in play which are helpful for the immunological systems. Components. Innate immunity operates through various components. It includes many physiological and chemical barriers and cellular barriers. Physical barriers. What are the physical barriers that come in play? These are external barriers like skin, epithelial cells, and tears. So these are all when we are tearing, or when the tears are coming out, then the tears will act as a barrier and it will protect our eye from entering, or any organisms cannot enter directly inside the eye. Biological barriers. Phagocytic cells, neutrophils or macrophages, and natural killer cells are there, which are said to be biological barriers which are present inside the human body. Blood proteins. Complement and other mediators of inflammation, humoral factors are present in the blood protein. So these, whenever an antigen comes directly inside the blood, these start activating and activate the immunological systems. Cellular factors like cytokines and certain genetic factors are also there, by which one can get easy protection. Acquired immunity. Now, till this was immunity, non-specific. Acquired immunity. It is also known as specific immune response. The more effective will be its different agents, the microorganisms. So this is specific. Specific against cells or specific cells only will come in play and act onto this particular kind of immunity. The acquired immunity responses also retains the memory of previous exposure to the antigen. So the next time it encounters the same antigen more strongly, more stronger the response will be. The acquired immunity responses take several days to develop, that it is develops rather slowly, but once developed, the immune response is incredibly effective. So there is a specific kind of immune response, and this immune response is maximum times it retains the memory of previous exposure. Means for the first time when it has been that particular antigen, when it comes inside the body, the memory cells get activated, and then they, for the second time when the same antigen comes, then they mount a proper attack. The adaptive immunity is a defense mechanism system that protects the body against pathogens, pathogenic microorganisms, and other types of disease such as cancer. It allows the body to recognize, remember, and respond to specific stimulus and antigen. Specific immunity can result in the elimination of microorganisms and in the recovery from disease, and it frequently leaves the host for specific immunological memory. So it is a very strong immunological response that takes place because of this adaptive immunity. This condition of memory or recall, acquired resistance, allows the host to respond more effectively in reinfection with the same microorganism. So whenever a reinfection takes place inside the human body, this adaptive immunity is very helpful, which is very specific against that particular antigen only. As a consequence of this acquired immunity, we usually suffer from many diseases only once. For example, measles, specific immunity can be active or passive, and each other types are natural artificial. Correct. So that's all for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we'll continue with the same point that is associated with the types of immunity and their specificity towards the immunological systems or the human body we are trying to study. Okay, good day.